What do it do, YouTube? It is your boy Seibelmania back at it again with another Seibelmania and Friends podcast. And today, my friend, joining me is Angel. Angel, how you doing?
I'm good. It's been a long time since we chatted.
Yeah, it really has been. It's been a long time, actually. I got to be honest. When you asked to be a part of this show, I was a little surprised. I was like, "Wow, I didn't know people wanted to be on my show. That's kind of cool." So I want to thank you for joining us today. Like I was telling you, this is a laid back show. Um, we kind of talk about whatever pops up in our heads. Um, and before we begin, like the thing at the bottom here says, I just discovered this today. Hit that subscribe button, become a friend of Seibelmania and Friends. And if you don't, Angel, go ahead. I told you what to tell them.
I will be giving you an attitude adjustment because let's be
Yeah.
real.
Oh
I will
God.
Cena fans for life.
Absolutely, 100%. Let's talk about John Cena here. I'm we're both huge John Cena fans. I don't know if you knew this about me or not, but
Yep.
I'm a huge John Cena fan. I have a live like a life size John Cena guy around here somewhere that my nephews just love to beat up on.
1 second here. I just got this in the mail from one of my friends in the States.
Oh, nice. There you go. That's dope. That's a cool thing.
That's confusing. Going sideways.
I have, like I said, it's in my family room somewhere. I'll have to show it on stream one time. But yeah, no, I'm a uh, huge Cena fan. I think he gets a lot of hate for no reason. People just love to hate a guy that loves what he does.
They love to hate him because he is so well known that, oh, you're a Cena fan because you know his name. No, I'm a Cena fan because I respect what he does in the ring and what he does.
Absolutely. Question for you: as a female wrestling fan, do you get a lot of you're just a wrestling fan because you think X wrestler is cute or whatever?
100%. It's the most annoying thing. So I go to a lot of like local wrestling shows now, and obviously there's attractive wrestlers, right?
Yeah.
I have this one person who comes to me all the time, and like we're really good friends. And I've had one of his ex-girlfriends tell me that I only like him because he was attractive. And I'm like,
Oh
no,
wow.
I like what he does in the ring. I'm not that girl. Like, I'm happily married. I don't give a shit about anyone else like that. I like you because you're in ring skills, but that's stigma on female wrestling fans.
I had a girlfriend. Her name was Crystal, and she. This was the. I don't know if you knew this or not. She was the girl that cheated on me twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was her. Yeah, and her favorite wrestler was Randy Orton, and for the longest time, I believed her that she was an actual wrestling fan. But now I'm looking back on it, and I'm like, all she talked about was Orton. She didn't talk about anybody else. I'm like,
Don't get me wrong.
maybe she was just one of those girls that liked the wrestler because she was cute. But I don't really like that kind of what's the word I'm looking for?
Stigma.
I'm sorry?
The stigma around that.
Yeah, the stigma, that's a good word for it. To me, it doesn't matter why you like wrestling. You like wrestling for a certain reason. I like it because it entertains me. And yeah, I do follow. I'll be honest, and I'm not shy about this. I follow women's wrestling probably more than I follow men's wrestling.
I remember getting in debates with you over that all the time because I like my women's wrestling. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, shouldn't be shit. Like, put them in with the men, whatever. Don't give them their own shit.
Yeah, well, and I watch intergender wrestling as well. And when I say that stuff, I'm not talking about like the take your top off type stuff. I'm talking about like actual wrestling, like what the guys are doing. I'm not, I'm not the pudding. I'm not a fan of all the pudding matches and the jello matches and the mud mat. Those things don't. I'm not a fan of those.
Blood, guts, and some gore.
I'm sorry.
Give me some blood, guts, and gore. Come on.
Facts, right? Give me some chicks that are actually going to punch each other in the face. I think right now, some of my favorites would be if we're going WWE, I'll talk WWE here. My favorites in WWE right now are Liv. I like Sasha. I like Bianca Belair. I think they're great. I mean, they're fantastic.
My,
If we're going to go with Impact, I got to give a shout out to Deonna Purrazzo. I think she's incredible. Um, I like the inspiration. I'm sad that they're taking time off of wrestling
me
because I
too.
thought they were very entertaining. But yeah, and if we're
See,
going with the
I
indie, oh, go
I
ahead.
the like I love Natalia. I love Lita. I love Beth Phoenix.
Yeah.
Those big strong girls that if you were like outside of the ring and you were in a fight, those girls are gonna knock some bitch out for you.
Right, those chicks are those are
Those
the
are
ones that are yeah. Especially Natalia because she's got that heart thing going with her. I
oh,
mean,
yeah,
Charlotte Flair, I wouldn't mess with Charlotte Flair either
I
though.
would
Let's be
Charlotte,
real. Let's be
but I
real.
feel like Charlotte gets away with a lot because of who her dad is.
She probably does,
Like
but
her,
I mean, I guess you could say the same thing about the Usos. They get away with what they because I mean they've had issues legally in the past
yeah,
with substance abuse. Uh,
yeah.
you know,
Ric Flair, everyone knows who Ric Flair is. Does everyone know who the Usos dad is?
I'm not sure if it's necessarily their dad, but it's who their
Oh,
cousins are, like Roman and The Rock. I think
yeah,
it's more that.
yeah.
I'm gonna share a link real quick. Uh, I was gonna say something and I lost track.
I hate when that happens.
Shoot. Um, yeah, let me share this link here real quick with everybody. Let them know we're live. Hopefully, some people join us.
Yeah.
I don't know. Every now and again, we'll get somebody that jumps in. So hopefully that happens today. But yeah, no, I think that the Usos, they it's not necessarily who their dad is because I'm not sure how well known Rikishi is, but Roman is well known. The Rocket is a multimedia star. I don't know if you heard his song with Tech Nine, called "Face Off."
He has a song with Tech Nine. Why haven't I heard?
Yes, he does. You not heard this?
No.
Oh,
You got
it's have you ever heard have you seen a meme that says it's about drive, it's about power, we stay hungry, we devour?
yeah. That
That's from his song with Tech Nine.
that makes now. Now I feel like
Yeah. I I mean, let's dive into music here. I'm a huge I love Tech Nine. I'm a huge Tech fan. Um, I used to, I'll be honest, I used to not be a fan of like gun bars in rap. Like I got like a nine glizzy, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. You got a gun in your pocket. That's fantastic. Yay, you're so tough. Ooh. But then you start listening and they become more it becomes more entertaining after a while. Like I was listening to the Cypher and shout out to Dwayne TV. He's a YouTube reactor. He did a most do talk about gun bars, most do them wrong because dude's mask lost. Like, let me go and shoot at you. I got a gun so big it's like a blue rag for it. Well, my knight's in the side pocket. My pool game's strong. So I like little clever wordplay like that
yeah,
because he was talking about my knife, but he was
we're
doing a pool scheme.
in the rap industry because you can play on so many freaking words and make amazing. Like Eminem, I know everyone's like, oh, you only like rap because it's Eminem, blah blah blah. Eminem is literally like the fucking rap genius.
Dude,
The thing that comes out of his mouth is just like, what? I would have never thought of that.
everything out of Eminem's mouth for me is like that. I'm a huge his music to be murdered by album. The whole album is 10, 10,
Perfect.
10, 10.
Eminem is perfection. I don't care
Yeah.
what he says. He is literally the best rapper I have ever heard, and I don't care that.
Well, I agree with that. But there are YouTube rappers that I would put on either not the same level as Eminem, certainly not on the same level as Eminem. Eminem is on a whole other level, but like rappers like Crypt. I'm a huge fan of Crypt.
Mhm.
Crypt, he does do bars, but he's a lot more about like storytelling.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you ever heard of him or not. He does a lot of storytelling. He has a song called "Bad Friend," which is where he tells the story of his friend who called him in the middle of the night. She was upset. She was drinking. She was taking pills, and she wanted to commit suicide. And he was trying to talk her down from that ledge. And then, like, the line just goes completely numb. And then he gives out two completely perspectives of what happened. One perspective is he's like, okay, she talked herself off of the ledge, and she went to bed, and everything is fine, and blah blah blah. And then he wakes up the next day, and she's dead and everything like that. And then the other one is he didn't go to bed that night. He called everybody that knew her and said, "Hey, go check on her, make sure she's okay." And that song ended with her hating him. But and then he ends it with, "I'd rather be a sad friend than a bad friend, or I'd rather be a bad friend than a sad friend." It's a great song. I recommend it.
I definitely will have to check it out for
It,
sure.
it's a very emotional song. That and then Sundays with Grandma. Oh, that one will hit me right every time. I'm sorry. That one just and it's just in the different pockets that he get, like the different type of music he does. He doesn't just stick to like one genre. He goes from like rock rap to country rap to regular rap. I mean, I strongly recommend Crypt because and,
Definitely checking him out.
and he's done some really cool remixes. Um, so let me see. I know we had a viewer. Let's see if they dropped. No, they did not. Okay. I know we had a viewer. It said live, and then somebody was watching us, but they're not anymore. If you're watching us, leave a comment. Just say hi. You know. But yeah, no, I'm a huge fan of Crypt. And then there's another guy that, if you like wrestling, this guy would be perfect for you. Clip Monstar. I have shouted him out multiple times on this channel. As a matter of fact, on one of the Flashback Friday episodes, at the very start, we played one of his songs with his permission. We played "Let It Go." It was really, and in that song "Let It Go," he did a two four two two like two four fours, that's like two figure fours, that's a figure eight or something like that. He was talking about the ice skating rink, but also I connected that figure eight to Charlotte Flair
Yep.
because that's her finisher. So I asked him in the comments, I'm like, hey, is that figure eight reference a reference to Charlotte? He never said yes or no, but he liked the comment, so I'm guessing it was.
That it's a yes as well.
Yeah.
Especially wrestling fan, then you kind of put those things together, even if things like other people wouldn't understand. We get it.
Yeah, he does a lot of those things. He did a reference to Bradshaw. I can't remember the exact bar, but he did one in a song called Grudge, where he said, "Stunt like Mick Foley on Cactus Jack with the landmine. Don't care to show no dude love. Lyrical threat to mankind." And I'm like, come
Yeah.
on, come on. That's obvious, and thank God all the reactors caught that. Like I watch reactors to see if they catch certain things that I catch, and thank God they got that one. Sometimes they don't always catch it, but
like everyone knows those wrestlers, so that's kind of an easy.
yeah.
But like
6 seconds. He did one where he talked about. He did one. 6 seconds did one where he said, "I'm throwing all of mankind off." Hang on, he did a Stone Cold thing in this song. Hang on, let me see if I can remember. Oh, Who Hogan. I'm known to I'm known to wrestle a rattlesnake or whatever the fuck, and he did this thing, and then he said, "Throwing all of mankind off the cell," and I'm like, okay. So
that's
I mean that was kind of cool. And then later in the song, I think he said, "You're a Bam like Bigelow," and then he did a Ric Flair thing, Nature Boy. They get boxed like they get boxed like Flair, whatever like that. I can't remember the exact thing, but it's great. It's Money, Power, Respect. If you want to go check it out, it's really
I
good.
well,
Yeah. All these YouTube see, that's the thing that gets me is a lot of people love this mainstream stuff, and I get it because it's radio play and it's poppy, catchy, whatever.
yeah.
But for me, my favorite is YouTube rappers. That's the kind of stuff I like. I like guys like Crypt and 6 Seconds, and somebody that's from Canada, Tom McDonald. I love Tom.
I've
I don't know if you ever listened to him or not,
yeah,
but yeah, I'm a huge I'm sorry?
My husband really likes him.
Yeah, oh god, a huge Tom McDonald fan right here. Um,
Yeah, I mean,
and
like a female rapper that I really, really liked was Snow the Product, and she wasn't very well known up until recently. And like her lyrics, amazing.
right,
Now she,
she's not one of those regular female rappers that's out there rapping about her tits and ass.
yeah,
I've listened to her, and she's really talented.
she,
I heard her on a song with Dax. I don't know if you've ever heard of Dax.
yep,
Huge Dax fan right here.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I
No,
love
all of her raps are like actually, song. She has one that says like, "Get off your phone," basically, stop being this like fucking, stop being the same as everyone else. Like,
right,
all of her raps are just, songs not about her tits and ass, which 95% of female rappers, talking about wrestling, now I'm confused. Female rappers are
right,
all ass, look at my body, this, whatever. Why does it have to be like that?
right. And it's like Tom McDonald. I mean, a lot of rappers say they'll rap about, oh, I got goods, I got drinks, I got everything like that. And
Yeah.
I'm like, but Tom McDonald will start off a song with, if you lie to the government, they put you in prison. But when they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician.
I
Which I'm like, okay, I see what we're getting into. He doesn't waste time getting into stuff, which I like. And I liked another bar he did where he used shotgun like 3 different times in different meanings. He said, homie riding shotgun, like front seat, with a shotgun while he shotguns 24 beers and he's not drunk. And I'm like, oh, that's clever wordplay.
clever. I
That
like.
is clever. I like that. Any he did a song called Dear Slim, which a
Yep.
lot of people they heard it and they're like, "Oh my god, this is an Eminem diss." And I'm like,
But
"In
it's
what way is this a diss to Eminem?" He
yeah,
was paying homage. He was showing respect.
yeah.
I mean,
It's not like the whole MGK Eminem thing that happened a couple of years ago.
we even and here's the thing, MGK didn't even have a bad diss. That wasn't even a
No,
bad song at all. It was good. But Eminem just came back and I mean,
killed it. It's Eminem.
it was done. When he said, "Had to give you a career to destroy it," I'm like, "It's over.
Yep.
It's over. It's over. You got nothing to say after that."
How could
Right. There was a see. I love rap beefs as long as it doesn't get to a certain
you? Yeah.
point. I love that stuff.
Out of it, then I'm all down for it. If it's actually being like, going for somebody's like children and stuff and their personal lives, that's when I draw the line. But if
Facts.
like, actually good music, oh, I'm totally down for it because those are the best raps ever.
I don't know if you have followed that Nick Cannon Eminem stuff.
Yep.
When Nick Cannon dropped not one, not two, but 3 songs, and I'm like, really, dude?
Buddy, just
Really?
stop.
Just stop.
After the first one, if he's not responding to you, he doesn't want your attention. So get over it. Like,
Facts. And in the third one, he started bringing up race stuff. He started bringing up, this is for Rosa, Coretta, Assad, and Loretta. I'm like, why are you bringing race into this, dude? Because he's white and he's a rapper? Really?
yeah.
What that?
Okay, we get it that, rap is a pretty dominant like black like thing, right?
Right.
But Eminem kills the game regardless, so why does it matter?
Exactly.
And
If
there
you're
is
good at what you do, it doesn't matter what color you are or what gender you are or anything like that or what race you are. Good is good, in my opinion.
yep. If you're a good person, you're a good person. That's how I see it.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? And I'm the same way. I don't hate anybody. I'm a.
Well,
I'm,
everyone, but
um, I mean that's the thing, and not to get political here, but it's the same thing with like politics and stuff like that. Where if somebody is not thinking the same as you politically, then they're a bad person. Like, no, it's just difference of opinion.
yeah.
There's no need for the hate. Like, okay, you think that this guy would be a better president. I think this guy would be a better president. Agree to disagree. It's okay to do that.
And you and I personally have had a lot of those conversations.
That's true. Yeah.
That's
And
stopped us from being friends and, continuing those conversations and seeing, each other's point of views and stuff.
yeah. See, that's the thing is just because you have different point of views and you don't agree doesn't mean you got to stop being friends. I mean, I have buddies here. I have buddies that think that AEW is way better than WWE and vice versa. And to me, it's like they're kind of the same thing. But like I have buddies here. I'll shout them out because I do it all the time. Shout out to my friends Jay and Robert. Jay's been on the show a few times, so he's a really good guy. And I called him out. I've said, dude, you hate AEW so much, but WWE has its flaws too. And he's like, yeah, but AEW does da da da. Da. I'm like, okay, well,
See, I am
anywhere with the yeah but stuff. So
I would never be a WWE girl, but I do watch AEW and I do appreciate their wrestling. I do appreciate their storylines and stuff. But I don't regularly watch it, I'll be completely honest with you. I keep up with like the storylines and stuff and like, all the highlights from like Instagram and Facebook, stuff like that. But I'm not or WWE. I'm regularly watching that. That is my shit. I will go to every live event that I can. I will, praise up every wrestler that I can. But currently, I've been a lot more local with stuff. So, like, local shows and stuff. Because honestly, those are the people that are going to be in WWE. Actually, one of my local guys, Josh Alexander, I saw him wrestle in person so many freaking times, and now he's in freaking Impact. Like,
yeah, I
that's
was gonna say that name sounds familiar. Isn't he like the Impact World Champion or whatever?
Age as well. He also was one of my local guys that I used to see all the time, and now he's also in Impact, and they were tag team champions. I don't know if they still are because I don't really follow. But it's amazing to see like your local guys go up that far.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it for me. I mean, I told you I follow women's wrestling, so I started watching like Billie Kay. I remember watching her in 2010 when she was known as Jessie McKay, and she was a babyface in Shimmer, and she was great. She was fantastic. It's cool to see a lot of these wrestlers you watch on YouTube get their. I mean, Roxy's in WWE as Roxana Perez or whatever. And I remember watching her on the Indies, and I'm like, damn, she's really good. And apparently, she's only. I don't even know if she's 20 years old. Like,
yeah, really young.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, you're this young and you're this good already? What the? Wait a minute.
20 years when she's like fucking an 18-time champion, and we're sitting here like, oh, we're old and we didn't do anything with our lives.
We're on YouTube. That's what we do with our lives.
Well, on here, I'm a full-time mom, full-time worker. Freaking crazy. Life is insane.
Oh, it is. Oh, and I understand that.
You've known me for 6-7 years, something like that. And like, I was not that person when I first started defense, like at all. Like, I was talking to every guy I could. Like, I was getting around, to say the least.
Yeah. I'm not the same person I was when I did defense either.
No, you're not. You annoyed the.
I'll admit it right here. I've admitted it numerous times on this show. I was a piece of shit in defense.
You were. You annoyed the shit out of me. Like, I actually despised you for the longest time. And then I got to and I'm like, he's just misunderstood.
Yeah. The thing that I was annoying a lot in defense. Let's be real. I wasn't the best person. And I'm not in defense anymore, and I try to be a much better person now.
Yeah. I'm there. It's nice to see where we came from, though, because like, it's been a long time since like, the goody feds were around, to say the least. I know I'll probably get some hate for that, but I don't even care. People grew up went up with.
To get back into them, so
Yeah, like we grew up with the Minics and the Havocs, that type of thing, where everyone is just, they're not well known anymore. Like, you go into a place and I've been known as different names, right? So I go into, like, who the hell are you? And I'm like, excuse me? I've been doing this a lot longer than all you guys.
Right, and the funniest thing is like they've never changed. Like people will come into an event and be like, "I'm here." Like, okay, cool. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm a big name over in this event. Just ask this person, this person, and this person. I'm like, okay,
Okay.
cool, but I
Well, that's
mean,
fair.
that's there. You're cool over there, but you're here now,
You're a jabroni here.
right? You want to be somebody. You got to earn your way, you know.
Yeah.
And for me, I had a huge attitude issue. I mean, I'll come clean. I had like a horrible attitude. I was very selfish when I was doing e-feds. It was all about me,
It
and
was.
yeah, and I was very immature in e-feds. I don't think that was a good environment for me. I think me
No.
getting out of them probably was the best solution in the long run.
A
Uh,
lot of people take advantage of you in e-feds, and it's sad to say, but that's honestly how it was. You know,
it's ego. It was ego. I mean, that's the best way to put it. Your ego got the best of you when you were doing e-fights. Not you specifically, just in general.
oh, you can tell me I was. I was so egotistical back then.
So was I. So was I. I go back and like sometimes I'll watch like an old promo I did. I'm like,
Oh God, I don't even bother.
I go back. I watch the old promos I used to do. I'm like, wait a minute. This promo was supposed to win. This was supposed to be better than the opponent. And then go back and I watch the opponent, and their promo was like, and then I look at my response to me losing, and I'm like, what the hell? No,
Yeah.
I shouldn't have won. You know, but hindsight's 2020, as they say.
You know what? We're better people now because I was the same way.
I also think having kids around us has also made us a little bit softer. Um,
Well, I know.
I know you got a little boy. I got 2 nephews, and I mean they're not my kids, but I love them like they were my own. They are 2 of the coolest kids ever. One of them actually appeared on my show on Friday, so it's
How
pretty.
old?
Huh?
How old are they now?
Oh, they're not here now, no. But
How old are they?
Alex is 5,
Wow.
and Nate is 2. So.
My little one is 1.5 years now.
Oh wow! Okay. Yeah. Nate, he just turned. Nate has the same birth month as I do, so that's kind of cool. He was born February 9th, and I was born the 23rd. So,
Yeah.
But that's kind of cool that I share the same birth month as one of my nephews, and my dad and my older nephew Alex, they also share the same birth month, January. And the really cool thing is there's 2 weeks between my dad and my nephew. My nephew was born on the 13th. That was on the 27th, and I think there's 2 weeks between my dad and my other nephew Nate. And then I believe that there's 2 weeks between Nate and myself as well. So kind of
just keeping it all.
2 weeks.
I have that issue too. From like October to December, there's just birthdays all the freaking time in my family.
Yeah.
So like in October, I have my twin brothers. I have my grandma. I have my uncle. And then in November, I have my mom, my papa, and my husband. And then in December, I have my brother, my sister, my son, and my little cousin. Just boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, guys, could we like not have kids around this time anymore? And then,
Right.
like, damn it.
Let's get pregnant around this time and then give birth in the summer. No.
Right?
For us, we got January, February, March, and April. My dad and my nephew were born in January. Me and my nephew were born in February. My grandma was born in March. And my mom and my sister were born in April. So there you go. And then my brother-in-law is off on his own little island, born in August.
That's when my anniversary is.
But he actually was born on the 23rd as well, August 23rd. So he's
August 23rd. Are you serious?
Yeah.
So that was my original wedding date. Because my best friend's birthday.
Funny you mentioned that because my sister and my brother-in-law got married on, I believe it was August 18th.
My wedding is actually the 22nd because I wanted it on the Saturday and I wasn't waiting any longer. So I
Well,
told my husband getting married on the date. I didn't give a shit what he had to say, and we've been married for 2 years this August.
nice. My sister's been married for 4 years this August. Wait. Wow, 4 years already. Damn, time flies. Jeez.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, wow. At least, hey, my sister's wedding went off without a hitch. Everything was perfect. Could not. Weather was even great. It was awesome. I mean, there was no
My wedding was during COVID, so it was insane, hectic. Oh my god, we almost canceled our wedding multiple times.
because of COVID.
And yeah, then we decided that we were just gonna go to get it legalized, whatever. We were done, and then literally the weekend of my wedding, they upped the numbers and we were allowed to have it.
Nice.
My wedding invite was literally a text to my family and said, "Hey, our wedding's this weekend. Here's the address. Show up." Got married
Nice.
in my husband's cousin's backyard. They had a really big backyard. We made it our best we could, but it wasn't the wedding I planned, but it was my wedding nonetheless.
It worked.
Everything turned out decent. We're not those people that need to spend lots of money and make everything showy. Honestly, we could have got married in my backyard and just be us, and we would have been fine with that.
My sister, she got married at a place called the Della Terra, which is like a hotel kind of, and it's got a wedding venue outside. So she got married there, and it's up in the mountains, so it was only about 35-40 minute drive from our house, so wasn't too bad of a drive. But the thing is, the hotel that we stayed at, because we were part of the wedding party, we had to stay overnight at the hotel up there. And my parents, they had me, so they couldn't stay in that same hotel that my sister and her husband were staying at, because that's like a couples only thing. So we had to go off and find a different hotel. We did, and it was a nice hotel. It had a hot tub in the back, on the back patio that we got to use, so that was cool. And I think my brother-in-law's family had their own little cabin that they stayed at, and they took care of Alex, because Nate wasn't around yet, but Alex was. He was a year, so they took care of Alex. And then the next day they did the wedding thing. And actually, I don't know if I ever told you this, but I made my sister cry the night before her wedding.
That's rude. Why would you do that?
No. It was good tears. I promise, it was good tears.
Thank you.
Huh?
I don't believe you.
Well, so everybody in the room had to go around and just say something nice to the bride and groom. And so I told my sister, I'm like, Ash, all my life I've called you my best friend, and now you're gonna marry your best friend, and you guys have a kid. That means I got two new best friends. So
You're gonna make me.
yeah, that's what made her tear up. So it wasn't like anything negative. I said something really sweet. I didn't even know I made her cry till the next day. She came up to me and she's like, "By the way, your speech last night made me cry." I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, we didn't even get to do speeches at our wedding because it was pretty much just the wedding. Then we ate and then everyone left.
We had the wedding rehearsal dinner on the night before the wedding, and then we did the wedding. And I was actually a groomsman, so I actually got to stand up on stage with everybody else, which was kind of cool.
Yeah,
It was kind of cool, but standing for that long period of time, it was kind of tough for me. But
I
sucked it up.
pregnant at our wedding, 5 or 6 months pregnant. So on standing in the heat and standing for long periods of time, I had a baby kicking me. He's still annoying to this day, but he's my baby. It's allowed. But being kicked in the middle of a ceremony, I literally was almost in tears during our wedding because it kicked so much. It was great, but it's got some maternity photos in my wedding dress and stuff, so it turned out.
I remember when my sister told me that she was pregnant for the first time. but when she told me she was pregnant with Alex, I went to work. That actually, I think I found out not through her, but through my parents. My mom said something about what you're pregnant, and she was on the phone. I'm like, wait, what?
Who's
Who?
pregnant?
Who's pregnant? And she goes, Ashley. I'm like, what? I'm gonna be an uncle? And I was really excited, right? And
Yeah.
then I went to work like the next day, and I'm like, how do you guys? I asked my coworkers, how do you guys think I would be as an uncle? And they kind of were like, I don't know. That's a good idea. I'm like, well, thanks for your support. Because now this next part I'm about to tell you is going to suck for you. I'm going to be an uncle. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, well, congratulations. I'm like, yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Well,
And then,
I'd never be able to have kids. So when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, you're fucking kidding me. Like that's no way. So I actually was pregnant with twins. I don't know if I ever told you that.
yeah, I think I remember hearing about it.
Yeah.
I remember you
So
saying something about that.
I lost one of them pretty early on, which sucks, but it is. But I was told from my doctors that if I would have carried both of them, they both would have passed. So, I'm forever thankful that one did. And that sounds really bad, but you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
my baby. So,
Well,
and
and then when I found out my sister was pregnant for the second time with little Nate, I didn't believe her at first, right? Because we were in Super Target, and we walked. It was me, Ashley, and Alex, and we walked past this mom who had two little ones with her, and one of the little ones was, I want this, and I want that, and I want this, and I want that, and I want this. And I looked at Ashley, and I'm like, hey, that'll be you pretty soon, right? And she looks at me with this dead serious look in her face. She's like, how'd you know? I'm like, how did I know? I was talking about the kid that was, I want this, I was
yeah,
talking about I want.
Alex was at that point soon.
Yeah, and that's what I was mentioning. And she's like, how'd you know? I'm like, how did I know what? And she goes, how'd you know that I'm pregnant? I'm like, oh,
Like,
bullshit. Shut up. You ain't pregnant. Like, stop. And she's like, no, seriously, I'm pregnant. How'd you know? I'm like, you're not pregnant though. Like, stop it. And she goes, no, really, I am. I'm like, bullshit. And then she goes, no, really, I'm pregnant. Like, we did this for about 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, okay. And when I go, oh, okay, that's usually the sign that the joke is over and we can stop it. And I'm like, wait. Are you really pregnant? And she goes, yeah. I'm like, okay. Does Derek know? And she goes, yeah. I'm like, do mom and dad know? Yes. Do his parents know? Yes. I'm like,
so I'm
you're
the
really
last. No.
pregnant. I'm like, wait. I don't know if I was the last one. I think maybe his brothers were. Uh, but I'm like, I almost started crying right there in Super Target. I'm like, wow, that's dope. I called my friend Nader. I told him, and
I
I
haven't
was
heard that
like,
name in, oh
I'm
my god.
sorry.
I haven't heard his name in forever.
Oh, Nader? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's I went last time I hung out with him was on Super Bowl Sunday. So and we watched Super Bowl together. And then before that we hadn't hung out in what, 2 years? I talked to him a couple of days ago. He said he was going to he said he was in California. He's in Los Angeles visiting family. Um, but no, Nate and I, we still keep in touch. We're not as close as we once were, but we still keep in touch. We still talk. So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Honestly, I don't know anyone anymore. Like
um,
I randomly will message Bugshot. I'll randomly talk to Bruno. I actually talk to Bruno's wife more than I talk to him.
when you talk to me,
Yeah, like I don't talk to really anyone from eFeds anymore, like anyone I really associated with back then.
I think there are there there are a few people I talk to from eFeds. Sonny Lucas, I still talk to.
He's a wrestler now too, isn't he?
Yeah. He's on the independent scene. Yeah, I
It's
mentioned that. I here's a name. Here's a name that will surprise you. I actually talk a little bit to Justin Klein.
holy shit.
Yeah, he's
I
also on the wrestling circuit on the indie scene.
he hated you.
Oh, I know. I told him he and I kind of squashed our beef, and
Good.
that he's actually a pretty decent guy.
Oh yeah,
You
he
can
is.
talk him out of character. I told him the other day, I'm like, "Hey, I shouted you out on my podcast for your wrestling stuff." He goes, "I saw that. Thank you. Appreciate that." So
Awesome. Heard his name ever.
that might
I'm
be the best conversation we've ever had. um, no, they're both good guys. Sonny hated me for a long
Um,
time, and then one
Cowbell,
day,
Dylan Messerschmidt. He does some independent stuff now. I actually have one of his T-shirts too,
oh, cool.
an autograph from him as well. Because why not? I was supposed to go see him wrestle, and then I had another wrestling show the same day that I already bought tickets for. So I'm like, sorry, dude, but I'll see you next time.
Right.
I did go to Philadelphia that one time, right, to meet all the guys.
Oh yeah, for WrestleMania. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. I loved it. Didn't get to meet as much as I wanted to. I would have really liked to see Cowbell and Havoc, but they were
Yeah.
unfortunately. I think Hart come too, but he never did. Because
Yeah.
it's Walter, Buckshot, Meffy, and Alec.
I think that time. I think that phrase "time heals all wounds." I think it's true because a lot of those guys, a lot of guys that I mentioned, I mean, Justin Klein and St. Lucas, they didn't like me for the longest time.
Yep.
And Minnick, he had me blocked on a previous account. And one day I was on this one, I'm like, let's just see if we could open up a line of communication or whatever. And I said, hey, man, can we squash the beef somehow? And he goes, there's no beef anymore. We're good. We're cool. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, great. So yeah, time heals all wounds. I believe that.
Not,
I'm sorry?
not all.
Okay, well,
What's the one person that you and I both have a lot of beef with?
oh, Stephen Barron?
Nope, not that one. The other one.
Who?
Carr.
Oh no, Brian and I are cool.
Really?
Brian and I are cool. Yeah. He was supposed to be on the podcast and he was way too drunk to do it. And
I will never talk to him again.
yeah.
There is just a lot of drama. Baron and I are actually really good now. We talk. He helped me through. I was going through some personal stuff, and the one day I joined, they have a group still going with all the guys from like that area.
Yeah.
And we were talking, and he actually helped me through a lot. Baron is a good guy when he's not being an asshole.
Well, I'm gonna say this. That guy, I got like zero. I got zero respect for that guy because when you message my mother and telling her what a horrible job she did raising a kid,
Yeah.
that's crossing the line. I'm sorry, that's too much.
No, I get that, man.
And then threatening to fly out here to Colorado to fight my dad. Come on, you can't.
Would actually do anything, but he is that type of petty person.
Yeah, he's that. Yeah, and I would love to see him fly out here and try to fight my dad. My dad would probably waste him. I mean, my dad may be a grandpa, but he's still got fighting him. My dad will whoop you if you piss him off. So
Yeah.
But no, I talk to a lot of people from E-Feds now, and everybody. I'm cool with pretty much everybody. I even made him. I can't remember that guy's name for the life of me. The guy that I made out to look like a pedophile. Let's.
Oh shit! What was his name? Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god! I can't think of his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
He was really a big piece of shit.
Huh?
He was a big piece of shit.
Was he?
Oh, I hated him. Hated him with a passion.
Wow. Well, I remember doing that, and everybody hated me for that.
Oh no, I thought it was hilarious. I loved it.
everybody was like, "Fuck you, dude! You're a piece of shit." Like, I got blacklisted from like E-Feds for what, a month?
Yeah.
I was like,
and I was just sitting back laughing.
I'm like, I remember if you would have mentioned something, here you go. Here, remember, we were just talking about Brian, my car. He and I did a feud in his E-Fed BST, where we made it look to everybody else around us like it was personal between us. And like we were completely out of character to everybody else. But he and I, we would have conversations about what we would say to each other. Yeah. And I remember I said this to him. I asked him to say this, and he approved this, Angel. So don't get mad at me. It was approved. I said, your dead mother was a whore, and your dead brother was her pimp.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm. And everybody was like, "Oh my god!"
everyone got about it, but like he would tell me like what was going on between you two, even though
Yeah, he let a few. It got to a point where he had to let a few people in. Like, hey, calm down.
no, he pretty much told me like everything at that point. And I know you brought me into it a couple times, and I'm pissed about that. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, like I said,
But it
you're
is
the
what it
best.
is.
I was a piece of shit.
No, it's all good, man.
Yeah. See, we're friends. We can laugh about it now, but like back then, it was like,
Oh, you're such an ass. I fucking hate
oh
you.
god, I was terrible. I'm honestly, I'm kind of glad I left defense. It was probably the best thing, and
Toxic. It
I
really.
don't even know if my nephew. I don't even know how that version of me would be around my nephews today. I'm a because I have young nephews. I'm a softer person. I those kids, man. When they're around me, just
Well,
damn kids to get to you.
they do. So
Like,
I have a potty mouth, as you probably know.
I do too, but when I'm around the nephews, I try to keep it under wraps.
So the other day, I stubbed my toe and I yelled out "motherfucker." Okay. 2 seconds later, my 1.5-year-old goes, "Motherfucker, motherfucker, motherfucker." My son runs around the house yelling "motherfucker." Calls my cat a motherfucker all the time.
Oh, motherfucker.
It's so cute. Like he can't fully pronounce it, but you know what he's saying.
Yeah, like motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, fuck. And I'm like, oh god. So
I when I'm around my nephews, I do try to. If I want to say the word fuck, I'll say fudge.
see, I tried doing that, but fuck comes out, so
Yeah.
roll with it.
Motherfucker. Yeah.
But if he's using it in the right context, can I really be mad?
Yeah, he's just petting the cat. Motherfucker. Yeah.
It's cute.
But I'm actually surprised because my sister has a pretty good potty mouth, and she uses it regularly around her kids. I'm surprised they don't repeat her. To be honest with you, they don't say those words. Like I'm like, but as often as they hear it, I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm not trying to make my sister have to be a bad person. She's
No,
not. Okay, she's just got a potty mouth. We all do, but yeah, I'm surprised her kids don't. But I think it's great that they don't.
yeah.
So,
I
well,
I
cool. I want to thank you for joining us on the podcast today. This has been fun. We got nobody watching, so I'm going to cut it off right here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to this channel and you somehow watch this, hit that subscribe button. See that red button there? It's red. Make it unread, make it gray. And if you don't, Angel, remind them what happens.
attitude adjustment for you.
Right. And she knows a thing or two about attitudes. So,
Not me.
Also, leave a like. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when we upload new content. I upload new content weekly. This Friday on the Flashback Friday series, we are covering, I believe I said, I can't remember what I said now. Damn it.
You're supposed to know this stuff.
I know, right? I can't remember what I said. Hang on a second. I think I posted this on Facebook, so give me one.
I did see it somewhere.
Yeah, it's somewhere. I know I posted it. Hold up a second. We are. Where is it?
Now you can't find it.
No, I can't actually. What the heck? I know I promoted it in. I know I promoted it in our group that I'm in. So, by the way, you want to hear something funny, Angel? While I pull this up, my buddy Frank, my co-host, he runs this group called Liv Morgan Fans, and I promoted a link to our YouTube channel for our video.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody reported my link to Frank.
Really?
Yeah, my Frank's like, seriously, you report this to me? I'm part of it. Yeah, come on. Okay, let's see if I can find it on this one. There's a lot of people thirsty for you guys need girlfriends or something. They do. They find these photos somehow, some way, and they just post them. I'm like, Okay, hang on a sec, folks. I, uh,
Stalling now, Seibel.
I'm stalling, man. I am. I'm trying. There's so many photo. What the heck? Ah, okay, 3 days. Okay. Is that no? By the way, some people are so funny. They think that this is the real Liv Morgan. Like they think this fan page. I think it's really her running it. I'm like, you're idiots. Okay, hang on a second. We're gonna do it this way. Christian Seibel. That's me. Um,
Oh, really? That's you?
yeah, believe it or not, that's me. Well, I can't find it at the moment. What show did I say we were going to cover? Oh, yeah, I remember now. Uh, Sorry, folks. We are covering Insurrection 2002 on Flashback Friday, this upcoming Friday. That's notable for one reason and one reason only, and we will cover that as well, talking about the plane ride from hell. We're going to talk all about that stuff, and we're going to talk about the Dark Side of the Ring episode on it. So be on the lookout for that episode. Frank and I will be back this Friday. I'm Seibelmania. That's Angel. We are signing out. We'll see y'all next